Hey everybody, today we're going to look at Hotel California, which is one of the first songs we've done with bar chords in it. This video is going to take you through a couple of the key points of the song and make sure you know how to play all the chords, all the different bar chords, and practice a few of those tricky spots, and then be able to go through the song at a slow tempo and then up to tempo. So let's start by just a quick review of the bar chords. There's two bar chord forms in this song, and that is the A minor form and the E major form. So remember, the A minor form will have its root on the A string. The only chord in the song that is in this form is the B minor. It's the very first chord, and it appears a few other spots. So if here, this open A minor is open, my root's right on the A string. If I take it up a half step, that's B flat, and up another half step, that's B minor. Okay? Then the E major form is the E major shape, and then the root is whatever note is sounding on the low E string, or actually on either E string. So I can start on E there. First fret would be F, next fret would be F sharp. So that first switch is really just on the second fret, two bar chords, the A minor form going to the E major form. So that's B minor to F sharp, B minor to F sharp. So the rest of the chords in this song, you can play as open chords. What we're going to do though is we're going to play a bunch of them as E major form bar chords. So the shape that we just had for the F sharp, I've got my E major shape at the second fret, the root is F sharp, so that's how I know it's F sharp major. My next chord in the song is A major. So I could play it open A, but if I'm already in this form like that, what if I keep going up the fret? Will I encounter an A soon if I keep going up the neck? So there's F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So I get an A at the 5th fret. I know it's major because of the shape that I'm playing. And so there's my A major. Then I can slide all the way down to open. Notice how I keep my fingers right on the strings. They kind of make that sound, but if I lighten up on the touch and just slide right down, I'm not going to switch over to this playing E like this because that's extra work. I can just keep playing using my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers and leave my 1st finger free because we're about to go back to another bar chord. So there's my E major. So I just slid from A all the way down to E. Alright. The next chord, G. Well, we passed G on the way up from F sharp to A, right? It's just half a step up from F sharp. So here's F sharp, here's G, 3rd fret. Now the D, I could go way up here to the 10th fret. It's a little harder to play a good sounding bar chord, and plus your strings, you've shortened up, it's almost half the length. So it's a really high register, and it doesn't necessarily sound as good for this song. Some songs you might want that. We could play it in the A major form, and you're welcome to try that. It would be the 5th fret as the A major. You can also just play the D open, and at first that's what I would suggest. Play the D open, give yourself a little slight break from the bar chords. So we're going to D, and then we're going to go to E minor. Best trick I can show you there is I'm going to finger E minor as if I was playing a bar chord, meaning I'm not actually using a bar, but the rest of the fingers I want to keep so that I could play a bar chord. So 3rd finger and 4th finger, because my next chord is the F sharp, 2nd fret. So all I need to do is take that E minor and slide it right up to the F sharp. Okay? So that basically takes you through the verse. It happens again. Go through that process twice. So let's go through it one more time. I won't talk quite as much this time, and we'll just get through the chords. So there's the B minor, 2nd fret, A minor form, F sharp, E major form at the 2nd fret. I'm going to slide up to the 5th fret. Just keep everything in the same relative position. That's A, Now I'm going to slide down to open for E, up to the 3rd fret for G, and then I'm going to go ahead and play D as my regular open D chord. An E minor with the 3rd and 4th finger, and now slide up to F sharp, put your bar down, make sure to switch to the major form. And that's right back to the same thing. B minor, F sharp, A, E, G, D, E minor, and F sharp. Now that brings us right up to the chorus. The first chord in the chorus, well, that's our G. So G is just a half step up from F sharp. So all I need to do is slide up the neck, 1/2 step. So that's Welcome to the Hotel California. We'll go over to the open D. Now this is probably the hardest switch in the whole song. Once you get the sliding down, the bar chord switches are not really that hard. The hardest switch in the whole song is probably that D, and I need to go over to F sharp. So D to F sharp, right? So that's just one of those ones you're going to need to sit there and do over and over again. And then I go back to B minor. That shouldn't be too hard. Now back to G, and then D, and then our E minor to F sharp thing. And that's the whole song. So the next part here, we are going to play the song through slowly. And basically we'll go through a verse and chorus, and you can come back and loop this if you want. First I'm going to insert a couple of those tricky parts. So we already said probably the trickiest switch in the whole song is the D to F sharp. So if you want a little practice, you can do this. Otherwise you can click on the link and just go ahead to practicing the full song. So here's D and F sharp. My first finger is going to have to come over and make the bar. So it's already on the 2nd fret. So that's probably my first priority, is to getting that F sharp. Now as I do that, these two fingers, my 3rd and 4th, my 2nd and 3rd, my middle and ring finger, are actually already in the correct, almost in the correct position. I'm going to have to spread them out a little bit. So what if I have them just travel down and over? And they have to spread out. And I'm going to put my pinky down so I make that E major shape and then the F sharp. So let's practice that switch a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4. F sharp, D, F sharp, the switch. All right. The others, I'm pretty sure that you can get it on your own, but I will go through just the sliding around once you get to the E form. So we started off on the B minor, and then you go to the F sharp. Now I'm at the 2nd fret here. So the order that we're going, 2nd fret, and you should try to memorize these, but so say it to yourself. 5th fret A, open E. 3rd fret G, and now here's the D. So let's just go through that process again. I'm starting on the F sharp, so I came from the B minor, and we'll do it with the strumming pattern. 2, 3, 4. So the B minor to F sharp, up to A, 5th fret, open E. Now up to the G, 3rd fret, D, open. Go next to the E minor, and remember how I finger it with the 3rd and 4th fingers, so I can slide up to F sharp, which is at the 2nd fret. Back to B minor. It just happens again. So go through that, find the spot that you can't quite get, do it a bunch of times over and over, and you'll have the song. It's a lot more chords to kind of get comfortable with than some songs, but the nice thing about the bar chords is you can just get used to which fret you're sliding to.